KangasCloud out of the shroud.
Coming at you loud like an explode.
Hello friends, KangasCloud here, and I am back with another top 10 video. Now, I know it's been a while since my last one, but I said I was gonna bring this back, and by golly, by gosh, if I'm not gonna bring it back right freaking now. Now, without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into this because you've already waited far too long. Today, I'm bringing you my top 10 favorite, funniest Pokemon moves. Let's check it out. One sec, real quick, before we get started, I do feel the need to point out, just like in my last top 10 video, that this list is entirely my own opinion. Now, you're free to have your own opinion, of course, and feel free to share that opinion with me down in the comments. But this video right here, this is my opinion, the ideas and thoughts that come out of my addled little YouTuber brain. But without further ado, go ahead and buckle in as we take a wild trip down random lane.
Number 10.
So I decided to start off my list with a move that I find funny because I just have a hard time picturing how it works in the game, and that move is Tickle. Now, obviously, you can imagine what tickling someone looks like. People do it all the time. But in Pokemon, though, in Pokemon battles, nonetheless. Now, the move Tickle, if you don't know what it does, it lowers the physical attack and physical defense of the opposing Pokemon. So it's like affecting them with the after effects of the move Superpower, to get kind of Poke-technical. To put this in perspective, so you can understand why I find this move so funny, think of some of the Pokemon that learn this move. One of them is Turtwig. Are you telling me that if you send out your Turtwig against, say, oh, I don't know, a Groudon, that it's just gonna run up to the underside of its little belly and start tickling it? And here's another example. This guy. That's right, Slaking. This beast of a Pokemon learns the move Tickle. Now let's be honest, can you imagine this Pokemon tickling anything? Alright, I can kind of imagine it, and it's ridiculous, which is why this move has made my list.
Number 9.
Powder. Sure, on its surface, it seems perfectly harmless. I mean, powdered sugar, it's what they sprinkle on those treats that you get at the bakery. But behind the whimsy and cuteness of its name, there lies a move so strange, unexpected, and sadistic that only in the depths of... Well, to be honest, this is starting to sound like pretty much everything in Pokemon. Yikes. Let me take a moment to explain what the move Powder actually does, because if you're like me, you haven't seen it a lot, or ever, to be honest. Well, according to Wikipedia, if a Pokemon affected by Powder attempts to use a Fire-type move during that turn, they take damage equal to 25% of their maximum HP and cannot execute the move. To put it another way, think of the Roadrunner Wile E. Coyote sketch from Looney Tunes. So basically, this Pokemon is the Roadrunner, since it's currently the only Pokemon that can actually learn this move, and your opponent is Wile E. Coyote. So the opponent tells their Pokemon to use this Fire-type move because it's super effective against this flying bug Pokemon. But little do they know, this move is going to blow up in their face. All because this guy decided to get cute and sprinkle the bug equivalent of gasoline all over the opponent's Pokemon. Maybe this move is more sadistic than it is funny. Nah, it's still funny.
Number 8.
Coming in at number 8 on my list is the move Happy Hour. Now, this move is funny in a couple of different ways. First off is the name Happy Hour. Why are Pokemon having a happy hour? Get out of here, drunk Pokemon! And secondly, in case you don't know, this is one of those in-game moves that doesn't really have any competitive use. What it does, if you use this move versus a trainer in the game, it will double the prize money you receive after you beat that trainer. And the reason I find this move so funny? Well, just take a look at this animation. Need I say more?
Number 7.
Scary face. Scary face!
Scary face!
Is not really that scary of a move. Introduced back in Generation 2, Scary Face Well, all it does is lower the opponent's speed by 2 stages. I mean, basically it's the Pokemon equivalent of making your eyes look all crazy to get someone to stay away from you. As far as Pokemon moves go, not only is this one kinda silly, but pretty useless too. A lot of the Pokemon that learn this move are already pretty fast. And besides, why would you want to just stand there and make faces as the opposing Pokemon pummels you into oblivion? Sorry to break it to you, Snubble, but you don't look scary. You just look kinda silly.
Number 6.
Belch. As disgusting as it is, I had to include it on the list. Now, I know I don't need to explain to you why this move is funny. The mental image of Pokemon burping back and forth at each other kind of does the job. But even how this move can be used in the game is pretty funny, and kind of realistic. You see, in order to use the move Belch, a Pokemon first has to consume a berry. The game is basically making you give your Pokemon bad gas before it can attack. And Belch is no move to sleep on. It's a special poison type attack with 120 base power. So watch out, trainers, if you hear the opposing Pokemon's belly rumble, because it could be about to release a poisonous cloud of death that could send your cute little fairy into the depths of oblivion.
Number 5.
Gee, I like getting presents, don't you? Well, apparently the creators of Pokemon knew this, so they gave us the move Present. Now I know you're all dying to see what's in the box.
What's in the f***ing box?
So let's see what this move actually does. So, according to the Pokemon database, when you use the move Present, the user attacks by giving the target a gift with a hidden trap. It restores HP sometimes. So to sum it up, it's like giving someone a surprise gift, but you can't quite remember if you put a healing elixir in the box or a hive of angry bees. And plus, it's the signature move of Delibird, a Pokemon that makes me laugh every time I see it. There it is. Why you look like that?
Number 4.
Struggle. It's the move that Pokemon have to use when they have no other moves left. It's sad enough when a Pokemon runs out of points to use its moves, but only made worse by the fact that the game makes it struggle until it dies. I mean, faints. Not dies. You see, not only does your Pokemon get locked into a move that usually doesn't do much damage, but the user takes 25% recoil every time it struggles. It's a cruel game, this Pokemon is. A cruel but funny game.
Number 3.
Climbing in at number 3 is the move Metronome. And there are a lot of reasons why I find this move to be particularly funny. In fact, there's almost 600 of them, because when your Pokemon uses the move Metronome, it randomly selects almost any move in the game. Now, there is a very small list of moves that won't pop up when you use the move Metronome, including the move Metronome, because that would be like wishing for more wishes, am I right? But any other move is fair game, which leads to some pretty interesting and hilarious results. Like a cute little Togepi using Guillotine or Rock Wrecker. Or even a Chansey unleashing the hell of Magma Storm on its opponents. Whatever the results may be, just know that by clicking the move Metronome, you're playing Pokemon to its fullest potential.
Number 2.
If you play a lot of Pokemon, I'm sure you've discovered by now that there are two moves in the game that are very interesting and unique. Those moves are Self-Destruct and Explosion. And as the name suggests, they literally make your Pokemon blow up. But for the purposes of this list, we're going to be focusing on the latter of these two moves because it is the more powerful. Sorry, Self-Destruct, you just didn't make the cut. And speaking of power, this move is the most powerful move in the game. Talk about using the nuclear option. Pokemon! And why is this move so funny? Well, think about it for a second. Here you are as a trainer having a normal battle with someone you met on the side of the road, like a bug catcher, or a fisherman, or maybe a hiker. And after a couple of turns of these cute little creatures basically hugging each other back and forth, one Pokemon decides to end it all by exploding and scorching the ground beneath it. Yes, that escalated very quickly.
Number 1.
So we finally gotten to the end of the list, and what a wild ride it's been. But topping our list at number 1 is the move Splash. Now, I know what you might be saying, but Kanga, that's barely even a move. It doesn't do anything. And that's exactly why this move gets first place. Now, for those of you 90s kids who can remember playing the original Pokemon games on the original Game Boy, that's right, no fancy 3D yet, but hey, we got link cables. You probably also remember your very first Magikarp and its very first move, Splash. That's right, the derpiest Pokemon in the game is also cursed with the game's worst move. And just to be clear, I wasn't kidding before. The move Splash literally does nothing. And the creators of Pokemon have now had 20 years to come up with a reason for Splash to exist, and they chose to leave it as it is. Which just goes to show, apparently they find the move Splash as funny as I do. Well, thank you guys for watching this top 10 video. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, be sure to click that like button below and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. But I gotta go and head out and, well, try to work on another video. So as always, this is KangasCloud going back to the Shroud.